Now, after the tires have been dried, this is the Buster. It ate right through that dirt. Looks pretty darn good to me. Didn't even touch these things. We're just spraying them on, seeing what the degreaser does. Now, this is the ZEP. It did eat through, but not nearly as well as the Buster. You can still see some dirt on there. And we're going on to the other side here, and this is the Staccato. Again, you can see some of it. It ate through, but, I mean, still, it looks pretty darn dirty in my opinion. Did not do nearly as well as the that Buster. That, again, not touching these. We're just spraying them on, letting the product do its job. Now we're coming to the last one is the LA Totally Awesome, the orange. As you can see, it cleaned it a little bit, but not really. I mean, it didn't really eat through the dirt. You don't see really any black on it at all. Okay, so we did the tires on my work truck, and basically just so we saw how the degreaser is really penetrated, or lack thereof, of just mud and dirt. Now on my Ram, we're gonna check and see about how well this stuff works against just like brake dust. It's pretty rough. I hosed them off with some water, but they're kind of dry now. But we're gonna see. We're gonna do one side with this on this. We're gonna do ZEP on the right side, and then we're gonna do the Buster on this side and see if they do absolutely anything. I don't know. I'm not really sure if they're gonna really bust into that, but let's try it anyways. Try to do the best we can. It's not perfect science here. Do the Buster on this side. There you go. Just see if they eat away at any of it at all. Then we'll give it a minute or two, and then we're going to hose it off, and we're just going to do the little finger test and see if it ate any of that off. My assumption is if we wiped it, it's going to wipe off real nice and make it look real clean. But we want to see how strong this is without doing anything. It's the lazy man's test, I guess. So we'll do it on this wheel. On the other side, we'll do the other two, LA Awesome and Staccato, and see how they work. So actually thinking, you know what, we're going to do this tire. The tire's pretty clean, but a little dirty. We're going to just do this whole side, the ZEP, while we wait. We'll put it on pretty thick. Didn't do super well in the tire test, but we're going to do it that way. And then on this side of the tire, we're going to do the Buster. There you go. Now we will see what it'll do. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this. I think this Buster's going to clean this up real nice. But hopefully once they dry, we'll be able to see a big difference in this. Okay, on this side, we're going to do the Staccato on this side of the wheel. We're going to do the wheel and the tire. And then on the other side is the LA Totally Awesome orange. As we can see, we didn't wipe it, but it's still pretty dirty. And we're going to see if it eats through it. If not, then we just got to wipe it up. But again, we're going to do a Staccato on this side, LA Totally Awesome on that side. Try to keep it even on sprays, but like I said, this isn't complete science. It's more just the lazy man's test. There we go. And then LA Totally Awesome. And we will let it sit for a minute or two, and we'll see how it turns out. It's almost dry. The wheel's basically dry. The tire's still a little wet, but from the looks of it, still a little bit of residue on that. Definitely residue on that. Way more residue on this one. Lots of residue. Not as much, but still residue. Yeah, so definitely seems like the Buster did a little bit better job on cleaning that. Still didn't do a great job by any means. Didn't take it all off, but from the finger test, my fingers are definitely dirty on that side. It seems like this side was cleaned up a little bit better. So again, the tire actually doesn't look like a whole lot difference between the two, surprisingly. A little bit, yeah, no, definitely a little bit better on the Buster side. All right, let's check the other side and see how it goes. Now we had LA Totally Awesome on that side and Staccato on this side. Going off that, doesn't look very good. Cleaned some of it, but not really. Still pretty bad. That grime's still in there pretty well. Same thing with the LA Totally Awesome. Didn't really take it off. It's still pretty dirty. Yeah, it's still pretty dirty. Didn't really do a great job. Tires, both sides look about the same. They're still a little wet, but they cleaned up all right. This truck was clean as it was, but yeah, still not great. Buster took another W on this one, I would say. Okay, so my thoughts on these. The Staccato did not work nearly as well as expecting, being the most expensive at like $26 a gallon. Did not work super well. The ZEP worked decently well for being the second cheapest at like $15 a gallon. This is plus tax. But the Buster, being only $13 a gallon, was the best by far, in my opinion. In my opinion, it worked the best. Now, LA Totally Awesome, the regular, always seemed to work really, really well. Now, the orange didn't seem to work nearly as well as the regular. And that came in about $18 for a gallon of that stuff. I bought all of them besides the Buster. I bought the other three on eBay. Buster I bought at, where was it? It was O'Reilly's. They had it. They just started selling it, so I picked it up. Now, a lot of these are saying to only use it for a minute. We did use it for 2 minutes on my Chevy, the tires. Well, that's why we decided on the Ram we're going to try it for only a minute to see if that would change anything. Because the LA Totally Awesome actually like almost evaporated in that 2 minute time frame. So we did it again on the Ram, changed it up a little bit. It's still basically the same results. So in my opinion, the Buster was a clear winner. It ate through the dirt. Here we're spraying the Buster down on my brother's floor mats, on these WeatherTech floor mats, and didn't rub them, didn't scrub them. We just sprayed it down on, let it eat, see what it did. And that was only about a minute. And then we started spraying them off. And you can just see that all the grime, it just lifts it right off. The stuff works just absolutely amazing. So if you guys got any questions or comments, don't be afraid to ask or leave them in the comment section below. God bless.